Do you want to play something?
Yeah, I have.
Wait a minute. I received a message.
About who?
I don't know.
And what did the message say?
It says hello.
Don't respond.
Why?
It was dangerous.
I think the same. Social networks and the internet in general have many dangers and many good things. Some dangers are cyberbullying, cyber predators, posting private information, phishing, accidentally downloading malware, and failing for scams.
But the internet and social networks almost have very good things like speed in communication, interaction with interest groups, know different people of different places, connect with the family, new jobs, know what is passing around the world.
I have a question.
What?
If you pass for something in the internet, what do we do?
If you public a wrong photo or if you get a malware, or if someone is making to you cyberbullying, you can talk with the cybernetic police. The cybernetic police are police departments of government agencies in charge of stopping cybercrime. The cybercrime is the use of a computer as an instrument to further illegal ends, such as committing fraud, intellectual property, stealing identities, or violating privacy.
What are the recommendations for this never happening?
Don't post your professional information, keep your privacy settings on, safe browsing, make sure your internet connection is secure, be careful of what you download, choose strong passwords. Be careful who meet you with online. Keep your antivirus program updated.
In the internet, we can find social networks. A social network is a dedicated website or other application which enables users to communicate with each other by posting information, comments, messages, images, etc.
Where is more possible to find these dangers?
Some apps are TikTok, Instagram, Snapchat, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Snaptube, Mercado Libre, Amazon. We have to get protected and be careful of social networks and all the internet. There are good things and bad things. Be careful and take care. See you later.
Hi teacher and classmate, my team is made up of Galia, Elise and Trilce. What we are going to talk about today is the dangers of social networks and their consequences and how we can avoid it.
Did you know that the internet is one of the most important things in the world? It helps us every day, with our homework, with our work, with our life. Basically, it is an element that we use every day. Today, without it, we wouldn't be able to do the things we do daily. But the internet is a very dangerous place too. Children and teens are especially vulnerable.
Nowadays, parents of children 8 years old or less give their children the opportunity to have a phone, an account on a social network, or direct access to the internet. This is very dangerous because children of that age don't know the dangers of the internet. But today we're going to talk about that. What are the dangers of the internet? These are 5 top of them.
The cyberbullying. Cyberbullying is bullying that takes place over digital devices like cell phones, computers, and tablets. Cyberbullying can occur through SM, DM, text, and apps or online social media, according to INO.org. As of February 2018, nearly that 47% of young people had been the victims of cyberbullying, but now with the global pandemic and the quarantine, this percent has increased. What are the consequences of cyberbullying? In some cases, it can be social anxiety, depression, anger, substance abuse, eating disorders, self-harm, and in some cases, suicide. How we can prevent this from happening? In some someone is hurting you online, you have to tell trust adult, such as a teacher or your parents, so the problem does not get bigger and we can fix it. But if the problem continues, you can report the person, because today what they are doing is a
Cyber predators these days, sexual and other predators, often stalk children on the internet, taking advantage of their innocence, lack of adult supervision, and abusing their trust. This can culminate in children being lured into dangerous personal encounters in real life. These predators pretend to be children of their age or people they know, so that they get their trust. They DM or email them to talk. What are the consequences of this? This can sometimes present a real danger to children and teens who are online. Online predators may try to lure kids and teens into sexual conversation or even face-to-face meetings. How can we prevent this from happening? Do not talk to people you don't know. If the person starts talking to you from a social network, block it. Those people sometimes make the proposal to meet face to face. You must not accept, but if you accept, go with your parents or with trust adults. Do not give them the right to enter your social networks. Do not trust people you don't know.
Sexting is sending or getting sexually explicit or suggestive images, messages, or videos on a smartphone or through the internet. Sexting includes sending nude or nearly nude photos or selfies. Text messages that propose sex or refer to sex acts. Most of these cases happen because the person is forced or threatened, or the other is because they were tricked by a cybernetic predator. What are the consequences of that? There is a risk that their image will be made available to others. People usually threaten people that if they don't do what they want, their picture will be available to others. How can we prevent this from happening? If someone asks for photos of you without clothes or in a position that you feel insecure doing, do not do it. It does not matter if the person is your friend, relative, or someone you trust. Do not send private photos that can go very wrong in the future.
Posting private information is when a person posts things about themselves, mostly personal things, that can attract thieves or people with bad intentions. Like, for example, when you post a pic with you in your house, or you are at your school, or about expensive things you might have. What are the consequences of this? That people that follow you on that social media might track you down with this information, can hack you and steal your money, or even kidnap you or extort you. How can we prevent this from happening? Do not publish your number or your password or your address or social networks. It is not safe. You can put yourself and loved ones in danger. Try to avoid places where they ask for information to enter.
Posts that come back to haunt a child later in life. It is when you publish a photo or a post, for example, a photo of you doing something inappropriate or saying something inappropriate that for now looks harmless to you, but when you grow up, it could affect your career or your school life. What are the consequences of that? Many universities or jobs see your social networks before admitting you to their facilities. So if they see what you post and they don't like it, they might not hire you or admit you in the school. How we can prevent this from happening? Try not to post photos when you're doing something that is not correct, that looks bad, may affect you in the future. Also try to avoid answering or making inappropriate comments or that affects someone, so don't do it.
Remember, you have to be careful with what you do in the internet. Thank you for your attention. Have a nice day.
Hello, Miguel. How are you?
Thank you. And you?
I'm great, thanks.
Let's start. What do you think about the risk of internet?
The internet has a lot of risks when you are a teenager because you're new in the world and you don't know all things and all those things, and that's why you have to be careful when you're in the internet so you don't get bad in the aspect, the internet is supposed to be a good activity, a good activity, and if you go to pages you don't know and do things you don't know how to, or you buy something that is not 100% legit, you're gonna get perjudicated in that aspect. So I think it's very difficult to be on the internet in a safe way.
Okay, yeah, also I think that possible solution is have an antivirus. I don't know why, but I think that the antivirus it's very, I don't know.
Yeah, you have to, you must have an antivirus in your computer, so you don't get perjudicated or affected.
Yeah,
or
that's
affected.
That's what I want to say. Also, what do you think about all the challenges that are in TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and all the social media in general?
Yes. Also that there are. Yesterday I saw a documentary that said that a girl died in Italy for doing a TikTok challenge. So you have, if you want to do them, do it, but you have to be with an adult that knows, that supervises
you. It also
you.
happened here in Mexico, and like more than 1 year ago, here in Mexico was a challenge that it's supposed that they have to be 3 people. And the 3 people, for example, I'm in this side and you're in this side, and another person had to be in the middle, and the person in the middle had to jump, and the other had to keep his or her legs, and then, well, he or she fell down. And a lot of cases report that the person who did that challenge died.
That's very sad, because I believe she was young. I want to believe she was so young. How old was she? Do you know, or you don't?
Watched the notice, and that's it.
Yeah, but she had to be young, and it's very sad when a young guy dies because a challenge is not worthy of a life.
Also, what do you think that? What do you think about the hackers?
Oh, that's a very, very, very bad situation. Yesterday I was playing a game, and then this hacker came, and it was not good. I had to leave the party because the hackers ruin our game. When you play happy with your friends, and then this hacker comes in, and he can affect you, because I know about a friend that he was friend of a hacker, but that hacker stole his entire account and spent like 5,000 pesos of her mama's card in the game, the hacker. So it is very, very sad what happens with the hackers.
Yeah, also when you download a game from internet that is not sure, when you download it, it sometimes have to have your permission to use your webcam or your microphone and things like that. And sometimes it's secure, but sometimes no. They could be spying you from the webcam or listening to all what you say. And I did an experiment some days ago. I was playing with my cell phone, and I was talking about, I don't know what I was saying, and then I opened TikTok, and a lot of videos about the thing that I was talking. So I know that the cell phones could be hearing you what you say.
Yes, of course. 5 minutes, Miguel. It was very, very good to talking to you about this assault about the internet. It's a very dangerous place. It's a place that you have to have respect to, because there is always a smarter guy than you that knows how to use it better. So you have to take it easy in the internet. Do not visit pages you don't know. Don't give your age. Don't say you're 23 when you're 13. Don't tell anybody your real name. Always use like an alias like 988 or something like that. So thank you very much for accepting this call so we can talk about the internet.
Hello, good morning. In this class we will talk about how to protect yourself in the internet. Subject English Level 3. Project Protecting Yourself in the Internet. Teacher Eduardo Salgado de la O. By Vanessa López Zambrano, Natalia Jaimes Palestino, Jorge Luis Moreno Guadarrama, María Fernández Hernández Lujano, and Sofía García Nogues.
I will talk about the dangers of social media. Social media has now become the main tool and platform for global communication. Social media connects more than 2.5 million users around the world, but there are many dangers associated with social media, and some of them are impersonation. This occurs when someone takes another person's name, accounts, or personal information to impersonate them. The purpose of it can be associated with various crimes, scams, extortion, blackmail, and others. Cyberbullying. The victims are mostly adolescents between 12 and 17 years old, and it involves misdemeanor or aggression through text message, voice message, or photos, videos, audios uploaded on social networks. Grooming. People gain the trust of minors or adolescents.
Talking about things you should avoid on social media. 1. Avoid posting personal content. 2. Avoid clicking on everything you see. 3. Avoid replying to messages to people you don't know. 4. Avoid living in a false personality. 5. Avoid offending people you don't know for no reason. 6. Avoid having an addiction with social networks.
Excessive or misuse of the internet can have consequences for physical and psychological health. Physical damage is linked to the sedentary lifestyle. The psychological risks make mention of isolation, lack of social skills, distorted vision of reality, changes in behavior, and addiction or strong dependence. Some of the risks that can be produced by misuse of the internet and that adolescents and young people are sometimes unaware of are grooming, contacting strangers through the network, exposure to sexual contact, or cyberbullying, online harassment.
Sophia and I could talk about the dangers and the consequences of the internet. 1. What happens if you don't protect yourself using the networks? They can know where you live, or they can get information about your family. 3. Measure or information and robberies. 2. Not using strong passwords. They can easily get into your accounts. Write and answer emails or messages without your permission. Not where you work in and make contacts. 3. Accept friend requests from strangers. They can get information from you without your noticing. You don't know if they are people of the same age. They can know where you live by some of your publications. Not be careful what you post. They can know your location, they can follow you, they can see where you are going or where you are.
Substance abuse harmful to health, depression and other psychological problems, development of low self-esteem, change in behavior, deteriorated relationships with their parents and suicide. Consequences of kidnapping. The behavior has a strong psychological and moral impact, where its manifestations overflow with cruelty towards the victim. Between threats, beating, submission, and extreme violence, the characteristic and some consequences of kidnapping represent a threat to the stability of the population. The causes of kidnapping are various, mainly social, psychological, economic, cultural, and even religious. Undoubtedly, the most common cause is money, which is generally at the root of all crime. Consequences of the social networks. Excessive or misuse of the internet can have consequences for physical and psychological health. The psychological risks make mention of isolation, lack of social skills, distorted vision of reality, change in behavior, and addiction or strong dependence. Consequences of network threats. Loss of privacy, social media addiction, online harassment, right to be forgotten, isolation from people, stress booster, fake news, and fake news speaker.
I'm the Agent D.
Hi, I'm the Agent P.
And we are going to teach you how to be secure in the internet. So keep watching, adolescent.
So, here we go. Introduction. Internet is a very good place where you can do some interesting things and learn a lot, but also it is a dangerous place where there is bad people that can steal your information and take valuable things from you. So we're going to teach you
how to be secure in this jungle.
First, we're going to talk about the different types of hackers and their intentions.
The white hat hackers try to improve the security of the entities or companies which they work, so they are the good guys.
The black hat hackers have extensive knowledge on computer science protocols. His goal is to break these security measures to obtain unauthorized access to systems and databases to access.
So be careful with the bad guys. The Great Hat hackers, a combination of a black hat and white hat hacker, can surf the net and hack into computer system for the only purpose of notifying the administrator that their system has been hacked.
Dangers of social media. There are so many things that you can do in social media. Not all are bad. For example, you can interact with people from other countries, share things that you like, and talk with your friends. But not always is a good place. There are people that can affect you. We are going to talk about how can you protect yourself.
There are people that invade your privacy. These people are called stalkers, and other people that you have to be careful are the scammers. These people offer you certain products and ask you for personal information, such as card numbers, names, emails, addresses, and more. We have to be careful because they can use the things to clone your cards or even kidnap you.
The imposters. These type of people can become the most dangerous because they can pretend to be other types of people, such as pretty or friendly. But they can get information that kidnap you or upload personal things about you.
How can you get protected? Don't share personal information of you or the people around you. Identify if they are scamming you. Don't share all the things that you do and all places you go. And put your account in private so you can manipulate all the people that are following you.
The antivirus apps. Sometimes in some places like in stranger ads, links or videos are viruses that can affect your device and can also steal your and delete your information. There are some ads that you can get to your device, and if there is virus you can delete it. For example, Google Play Protect, Avast, Kaspersky, Malwarebytes, and McAfee.
And now we are going to talk about a personal experience on Instagram. One day I was watching my cell phone and I got a message of a really pretty girl, but I didn't know if she was any imposter, so I responded her message and this happened.
First he said hi and she presented herself, and then she started asking me about my personal information. Also, she asked a stranger question like if I was single or married.
And then I started to lie and she said things about knowing each other and make a relationship.
And then she asked me about photos, messages, my age, job, and how I'm doing with my living.
So be careful. I made a mistake in responding her because it could be dangerous for me in that moment. So thank you.
So that's all. Thank you for your attention.
And don't forget to protect yourselves on the internet.